Okay, let's talk about waterproofing. It's probably the single most important thing to happen in a bathroom. If you get this wrong, you can mess up the entire job. So today, Peter's on site doing the waterproofing. We actually do that ourselves. We don't actually engage someone else to do that. That way we can be absolutely certain that it's been done properly. Not that we don't trust our trades, because we absolutely do. But at the end of the day, it is our reputation that is on the line, so we make sure that it is done absolutely properly. So when we waterproof a room, unless a client has stipulated that they only want absolute minimum tiling, then we do a thing that's called tanking, which means that we waterproof the entire room. And that means walls, floor, everything, not just part, not just the shower, not just the skirting. We waterproof the walls to 2.1 meters high in the entire room. Now that's basically the top of your door. So for all the way around the room, from floor to 2.1 high is waterproofed. Now you might think, well, it's pretty straightforward. I can do it. I can paint that stuff on. Yeah, you can. But it has to be put on to a certain standard. And before you put it on, the walls need to be primed and they need to be prepared. So that means any lumps, bumps, screw heads, those sorts of things all have to be made sure that the screw heads are countersunk, so they're in flush with the wall. They need to be covered over. Every single screw head on a framed home, we make sure that every single one of them is sealed properly with a preparation before we actually apply the primer, and then the actual waterproofing goes on after that. So later on today, I will post some photos of what a room looks like when it's been tanked, which is fully waterproofed. So just remember that if you're going to do it yourself, that you need to make sure that you follow absolutely every single instruction that is on the container that you're using, that the product that you're using is actually suitable for the application, because there is external waterproofing compounds and internal waterproofing compounds, and some of them work better than others. You have to make sure it dries properly, so that there's no sticky patches before you begin your tiling process. And you may have to make sure that all penetrations, which are the holes where the tapware comes through and those sorts of things, are all completely sealed before you apply the waterproof membrane. So imagine it's not sealed and there's a hole there. You put the waterproof membrane on, there's still a hole there, nothing's sealed up. So any water that does get in there has the propensity to leak. We highly recommend, even if you're only doing minimum tiling, that you waterproof behind every single fixture, so that things are properly sealed. Water will find a way. There's always the opportunity for water, when it leaks somewhere, to find its way into your wall rather than staying in the bathroom, which is where you want it to be. So once it's in the bathroom, it can go down into the drains and drain properly. So waterproofing, extremely important that you get it right, extremely important that it's done correctly, and it is, before we begin tiling, very, very crucial that you get this stage of the works properly done. Don't leave it to an amateur. Make sure that whoever is doing it can provide you with a certificate at the end of it to guarantee it. If they're not prepared to provide you with a certificate, find someone else or engage a professional, okay? All right, folks, have a great weekend.